How's it going, Cosmonauts? I'm Cosmic, welcome back. In today's episode, we're back with another Marvel Rivals video since you guys have been crushing it. The last one did way better than I expected. Thanks for all the support on that video. So yeah, since you guys like the Marvel Rivals content, this time, I thought it'd be interesting if I did a video just kind of naming characters that I thought they could add at some point to the game. Let's go for one character for every letter in the alphabet they could add. And you know what, I'll even throw what role I would make them. If you guys want to see me make any concepts for any of these characters, just let me know in the comments. Just one more thing before we get started here. I did want to say that I'm not bringing up any characters that are already leaked to be coming to Marvel Rivals, and also the other characters I will not be talking about are the characters that I've already made concept videos for. Without further ado, let's get straight into this. We'll start at A and make our way to Z, and starting us off in A, I have A-Bomb. And A-Bomb, if you don't know, he's basically a blue Hulk. So yeah, I think he'd be a pretty interesting Vanguard, so that's A.
Next up we have B. For B, I picked out Bullseye. Bullseye would be a really cool duelist, plus it'd be cool to see a character in the duelist category that could bounce their projectiles off of walls and floors and stuff. Like, I know Dagger can do that, it'd be cool to see a duelist that could do that.
Next up we have C, which is Carnage. Carnage is my favorite villain. I kind of have a slight obsession with Carnage. Next up we're on D, and of course, you can't have a Marvel game without Daredevil. Come on, Marvel Rivals, where is the D-Man? Where's the double D? Where's the Devil of Hell's Kitchen, man? Where's he at? You already know he's a duelist. For E, I picked Elsa Bloodstone. Just would make a pretty interesting duelist, not much to her. For F, I picked out Feral. I think Feral will be a pretty cool X-Men character. They could try and make her a Vanguard, but I feel like she would mainly fit as a duelist. Although now that I think about it, she would make a really cool Vanguard. Imagine a nimble, fast Vanguard. It's running around on all fours, has a lot of health. Next up we have G. For G, I picked out the Green Goblin. Of course, we need the Goblin. We need some more villains in this game. I know I'm not going to have a lot of villains on this list, but that's because this is my list. I mainly just picked the ones I wanted. Okay, we're on to H. H, I picked Howard the Duck. I put him as a Vanguard because I really love his design from Marvel's Conquest of Champions. The design with the duck mech. I love it. I have a figure of it. I want that. For I have Iceman. I just feel like he'd make a really interesting duelist. Have a really cool kit. Be pretty interesting if he could be kind of like a flying character and make ice ramps that you can glide around on. Kind of like Frozone or something like that. It'd be pretty sick. Of course, he's a duelist. I don't think he would really work in any other role. For J, I picked Jack-O-Lantern. See, the thing is, I only see them adding Jack-O-Lantern if they don't add Goblin. It's one or the other because they're both pumpkin bombs. For K, I picked out Kingpin. He'd be a pretty cool Vanguard. He is strong as shit. There's that one scene in the Daredevil show. Next up we have L. For L, I picked Lightspeed. I want Power Pack recognition. Nobody remembers the Power Pack. I have a Power Pack comic that I've had since I was a child. Lightspeed would be a really cool duelist, I think. For M, I picked Man-Thing. Honestly, I see this happening at some point. This is one that it's obscure enough that they may add, but it's not too obscure. I feel like most people know about good old Ted. Of course, he's a Vanguard, big boy. Not much else you could do with that big of a boy.
Next up is N. For N, I picked Nova. Nova's a pretty awesome cosmic Guardians of the Galaxy kind of character. I originally saw this character from Ultimate Spider-Man. I love Nova as a character. Would really love to see this dude flying around. Fun fact, my dog is actually named after Nova. Nova would be a pretty awesome duelist.
For O, I picked Okoye. There's not much else I could pick with O. Plus, I think she'd be a pretty cool duelist.
Next up, we have P. For P, I picked out Power Man. Most people know him as Luke Cage. Yeah, big, strong guy, would make pretty good Vanguard, part of the Defenders, so it'd be cool if we could get a Defenders team up if eventually we get like Luke Cage and Iron Fist and Daredevil. That'd be pretty nice.
For Q, we have good old Quicksilver. I would love to see a speedster in this game. It'd be really interesting if he was just super fast and, like, you know, doesn't do a lot of damage, but is just really fast. Of course, no other role other than Duelist. For R, I picked Rescue. Most people remember the suit from Endgame, Pepper Potts wears, but it's a suit that's just used for, you know, rescuing people in situations. So I was like, it'd be pretty cool to have a flying strategist. For S, I picked out Sentry. He'd be a pretty awesome duelist, plus he is going to be in the MCU soon because he's in Thunderbolts, so it'd be pretty interesting to see this extremely overpowered character in this game. For T, we picked out Taskmaster. As long as they don't butcher it like they did in the MCU, I think we'll be okay. Of course, Duelist. For you, so I picked out Union Jack because I think he could be a pretty interesting duelist with, you know, dual pistols. For V, of course, I picked Vision. I think it'd be cool to have him as a strategist as well. Plus, it fits his character. Plus, again, he could also be a flying strategist if they want to go that way instead. Now we're on W. For W, I picked out War Machine. Of course, this is one I wouldn't be too surprised about. I think they could make War Machine a really interesting Vanguard. Because even if you have him, like, just kind of bulky, covered in, you know, large arsenals of weapons, so he's, like, very grounded, kind of more like Ironmonger from the movie. I already have an ultimate in mind for this one. Maybe use, like, the boost instead of him flying, he does, like, a, like, rocket hop. For X, I picked out X-23. X-23, I feel like they can make her different enough from Wolverine, especially with using her, you know, toe claws as well.
For Y, I picked Yondu. Yondu, whenever I'm talking about Yondu, I'm almost always talking about the modern one, with the weird floating arrow thing. It'd be pretty cool if you could make it, you know, bounce, go from target to target, maybe target multiple targets with it, could hit all of them or something like that. If it isn't obvious already, he's a duelist.
For Z, we have Zero G. Again, more power pack representation. This guy is the leader of the power pack. I put him as a strategist because I feel like they could make a really interesting kit using the gravity manipulation. Maybe with, like, you know, being able to, like, lift debris out of the way, like, you know, like push it out of the way if there's debris on the ground. Of course, with Z, that brings us to the end. If you want to check out me getting any of the gameplay I've been using in these videos, come over and follow me on Twitch at Cosmic Falls Anarchy. You can also go and follow all my other socials and shit. That's all in the description. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't like it, you can dislike it. If you want to help me out, you can always subscribe. But remember, it's free. If you made it this far in the video, you're an MVP. Thank you for watching. Peace.